Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome to Snatch Chat, where I'm here to help you lose fat but not your mind. So, welcome to my very first episode on the YouTube channel. I'm kind of doing this one on the fly a little bit because, desperate times call for desperate measures, and I thought I should just go ahead and get this out there. Um, so, today I'm going to be talking about quarantine, okay? So, right now we're in the middle of the coronavirus scare, and everyone is kind of freaking out for all different reasons. But for fitness, people are really concerned about gaining weight, okay, and not being in their regular routines and, working out at the gym and all of that. So, I thought it would be a good time to just, you know, chat about it, talk about some of my best tips for avoiding, weight gain. And then, furthermore, if you have a fat loss or weight loss goal, to be able to, implement some things that will help you along the way. Okay. So, this is kind of like a, impromptu, kind of thing. Okay. So, if you don't know, I'm Tiffany. I am a certified personal trainer and I'm also a certified nutrition specialist. And I am, I have an online business where I help people get snatched or whatever. I'm the owner of Body Snatched, okay? So, all right, and just to be very clear, this is a very chat kind of channel. I won't be editing a lot. There will not be, any fancy, super crazy, like, effects and stuff like a lot of the channels. This is a chat, okay? This is what I can manage at this time. So everything will just be in chat format. That being said, I do have notes in front of me. So don't judge me if I'm looking at the notes, okay? I'm gonna get better at it, I'm sure, but right now I have my little blackboard right in front of me, so I have my tips. I'm gonna go through 3 things that you can do right now that will help you with fat loss goals, okay? These apply all the time, but they are especially true for right now, okay? Before I get into that, I do want to say subscribe if you haven't already, and get the free workouts that I have put in the link or the actual bio, okay, or the description. Got to get all this lingo right, but I did put together a little 3 workout kind of sequence that you can do. So they're very strategic workouts. And then I also give you some nutrition and mindset and habit, building tips in between. So go sign up for that. It's completely free, no risk, no anything. Okay, it's just a resource for you to get going if you're kind of feeling a little bit unmotivated or whatever. So that's the intro spiel. But now I'm going to go into today's topic, which is quarantine fat loss tips. Okay, so I have 3 of them that you can just implement very quickly. You don't have to do all 3, but of course, the more the better. And I'm picking things that are kind of like, not too overwhelming. So you can kind of just start somewhere. I did pick these out of a guide that I do have about caloric deficit. Okay, so I just do want to quickly remind everyone that caloric deficit is the only thing that determines if you lose weight. Okay, your calories, how much you take in versus how much you burn is going to determine if you lose weight, if you maintain weight, or if you gain weight. Okay, so that is always going to be the most important aspect. And everything that surrounds fitness conversations, carbs versus, is keto better? Should I do intermittent fasting? Should I, do weightlifting first? Should I do fasted cardio? All these things are really just means to an end, okay? So they are methods, but they are all designed to get to a caloric deficit. So caloric deficit is the main goal. I just like to make that clear because I think, everyone thinks that you have to do a certain kind of thing to reach results, and people do things that aren't really fitting for them. Okay, so I just do like to make that very clear in the beginning. I talk about caloric deficit a lot. It's because it is the only scientific thing, okay, that matters. Okay, so how you get there, that's on you. You can do it in many ways, but you have to reach that, okay? So today's tips are all about how you can keep your calories at bay, okay? So, the very first point I want to make, and the first tip, is to overcompensate. Okay, so a lot of people are really freaked out because they can't go to the gym, or feel that they can't be as active, running outside, doing things like that, going to classes, all these kinds of things. So that's like at the forefront of people's worries about the quarantine. But I've been on a little bit of a mission trying to remind everybody that it goes a lot deeper than that, and that you are actually going to lose a lot of calorie burn just from everyday life. Okay? So when you go to work, so say you worked 5 days a week, okay, and you got up, you get ready for work, then you walk to the car, then you get out of the car, you walk to your building, you're doing some work, you're moving, you interact with your coworkers, you go to lunch, you come back from lunch, you go back to the car. All these things burn calories naturally. So most people don't know that the average person is going to burn 1,500 to 2,000 calories a day, and that's just at rest. That is not doing extra workouts or anything like that. So when you start taking away, routine and everyday actions, you'll find that you're going to lose hundreds and hundreds of calories a week. So what that means is you're going to have to overcompensate. Okay, so you're either going to have to do that through movement or by eating less calories. Okay, so my recommendation is that you do both, that you do strength training and you do some cardio. You can even do something like what I call cardio hacks. So you can set a timer and you can get moving every 1 to 2 hours and just go for it. And one of my favorite methods is called the music interval method. So it's not really called that. That's just something that I just made up on the fly. I don't even call it that myself, but it's what I do. I do it on my own as well. So basically what you do is you pick 3 to 4 songs. You can do 5 songs, whatever, and basically use the music to determine what you do. So you can, set the timer, put the music on, use the chorus and the lyrics for interval training. So I like to jog around. I like to jog and walk, or jog and, walk back and forth, or step side to side, or march in place, or whatever. And you can pick the frequency. But the whole point, basically, I'm not going to get into all the method, but you have to overcompensate. So either eat less calories or move more. And the reason I'm pushing for moving more is that everyone has more time, right? So everybody has all this extra time from not working. Not everybody, but a lot of people have extra time from not working. So this is a great time to set some discipline and to get into some habit building of working out more, because you have the time. So by the time you get, you don't have this time anymore, you will be on a roll and already working out several days a week. So that is the very first tip, okay? And that's the workout aspect of the tips. The next two are nutrition ones, okay? So the next one is to control your beverages, okay? So a lot of people are very concerned about their snacking and the stuff that they will eat at home. But I like to say that a lot of times, if you can get control of your beverages first, you're on a very good path to cutting a ton of calories, okay? So, and I'll go with both extremes. So water is your best friend, of course. I think we all know that, but it is really close as you're going to get to a fast track or a miracle for weight loss. Can't express it enough. Water is 0 calories and it fills you up. Okay, so that combo, it prevents you from wanting to overeat, eat larger portions. The more water you can drink, the better. And I would say you should be trying to replace as much as you can of all your other drinks with water. The other flip side is alcohol. So what people don't realize is that alcohol is actually the worst thing you can do for fitness. And when I say the worst thing, I mean the absolute worst thing. And it's the only thing that we consume that actually delays fat loss. So what I mean by that is, there's a sequence of how our body burns fuel. So usually it's carbs first, then we go to the fat, and then protein. So those are our macros, right? Alcohol, when you drink that, it goes straight to the top because our bodies don't recognize it, and our body does not know what it is. So it's almost like a response system, like we need to get this out of the system. Like whatever this is, let's get rid of it. So then the chain is alcohol, then carbs, then fat, then protein. So you're actually delaying a calorie burn of everything else, okay? So it's a waste of, there's no nutrients in it. So it's a complete waste of calories. And it's also very high calorie. So every 1.5 ounce is about 100 calories. So when you figure, most people are adding mixers or juices or whatever to the drinks, you're looking at 200 all the way up to like 500 or 600 for the restaurant kind of slushy drinks per drink when it comes to alcohol. So you put that in perspective. If you're drinking 2 drinks a night, you're already at 400 or more calories, and that is quite a big contribution to your calories of the day. So if you can cut alcohol by any means, you should do that. And then in the middle, of course, is juice and soda and all of that. So those things are really not much better, but you'll at least get 8 ounces for a portion before you get to the 100 and something or 200 calories, right? So it's like whatever you can replace with water is the way to go, and you can save hundreds and hundreds of calories just by doing that. Okay? So that is a direct, nutrition rule. And then a habit one for nutrition is the third tip, and that is to eat every 3 to 4 hours. First, I would like to say I'm not telling you exactly what to do. You should listen to your doctors and all that good stuff, and don't take my word for it. I'm not your nutritionist, and I'm not your doctor. However, the average person does get naturally hungry every 3 to 4 hours. So if you are snacking a lot, it's probably out of boredom or you just really want the food. Okay, and it's just a psychological addiction to wanting something, but it's not something that can't be trained. So what you can do is set a mental note for yourself that you are going to eat only every 3 to 4 hours. And I really like this because it makes you more conscious of your eating and it forces you to do certain things. So if you know you're only going to eat every 3 to 4 hours, you're very highly likely to eat real meals. So that's the main thing, is that if you know that it's 12 o'clock and you're not going to get to eat until 3 or 4, do you think you're going to waste that time block on chips or on just some chips and a candy bar or anything else? No. You are going to be like, what is going to fill me up for 3 to 4 hours or 3 hours, or at least make it where I'm not starving in an hour, right? And a candy bar and chips will probably do that. So you'll probably go for, a real meal and have some starches and some, protein and then some veggies or something. It just forces you to eat better because you're trying to eat nutrient dense foods. And that is one of the keys to weight loss, is nutrient dense foods fill you up because they have nutrients. So the more you fill up on those, the less you will eat the little snacks and everything in between. Okay, so That 3 to 4 hour rule is great for forcing, good eating, and it's also great for just being a discipline mechanism for yourself. Because if you're actually mentally thinking about food and you're scheduling, it's repetition of habit building. So that is a very, very good tactic to implement. Okay, so those are my three tips. Okay, they're not extreme. Okay, you could pick just one of them right now. So just to, you know, refresh. So you want to overcompensate. Okay, so you either need to burn more calories or less, or eat less. And I'm recommending burning more because you can have some discipline. Again, get the 3 workouts that I put there if you want something new and fresh to do. Okay. The second one is to watch your beverages. More water, less alcohol, juices, and sodas. Point blank, period. That's easy. Okay, and then the third one is the 3 to 4 hour rule. So, those are my tips. If you do try any of them, let me know. Comment which ones you are going to try. Make a commitment. That's a really important sidebar I can make, is that when you actually commit to something, even just by saying it or writing it or typing it out or whatever, it kind of sends a signal to your brain that you're serious. So put in the comments, while I'm on quarantine, or even if you're not in quarantine, these are great tips. Say, I am going to commit to cutting out one of my sodas every day. Or if I'm used to having 3 sodas, I'm only going to have 2, or I'll cut down to 1. Or say I'm going to do, I'm going to try to eat every 3 hours or whatever. Try some of the tips, okay? And then let me know how it goes. Other than that, subscribe. And that's it. So thanks for hanging out with me. I hope you're safe. Stay well. I will add, this is all about the immune system. This is a sidebar, and it's really not part of the video, but vitamin C, vitamin D, omega 3s fit with, well, basically that's fish. Oregano, thyme, all these things, okay, they're good natural agents for your body. So lots of fruits, vegetables, nutrient dense foods are your friend right now, okay, with this coronavirus scare. So that is just a sidebar, but I had to say it because the immune system is built, okay? It's something that you have to actually build a strong immune system, and eating well is the way to do it. Okay, so that's it, y'all. Thanks for hanging out. Again, I'm really going to leave this time. Take care of yourself, eat well, drink lots of water, do all the good stuff, and I will see you next time.